Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a weekly television show called Team Chicago Challenge. My website is teamchicago.tv, teamchicago.tv. We're going to go into past again. I think I've already covered all the racetracks that we've raced with WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association, one time. Racetracks like Portland, the one in South Carolina, another track. Now we're going to look at a couple of racetracks that I raced twice. And one of them was Gingerman. Now Gingerman's up in Michigan. It's only about maybe 110 miles from Chicago, 120 miles from Chicago. And I believe we were the first people to race at Gingerman. So in the next 20-25 minutes, we're going to look at the action from Gingerman Raceway. Just 120 miles from Chicago. I think it's South Haven. And we had a pretty good race. Let's go check this out as we go back. The first race with WERA at Gingerman Raceway in Michigan.
Teams, a lot of really good riders who come out of endurance teams. Some of the teams that you sponsor this year, this is a national event that travels around the country, of course.
Hi, my name is Dan Schmitt, and this is Team Chicago Challenge. We're at Gingerman Raceway for the WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association National Endurance. I got to thank my buddy Boyd Bruner from Speed Tech on Fullerton Avenue in Chicago, and Ben Holmes Auto Body right next door. They got the paint job done. Boyd gave me a hand getting the new fairing on, and the only thing we got to replace is this yellow shield, but it's going to be easy to spot the bike today. Today this is the fourth race of this National Endurance Series. We're probably in the top 10 in our class, and we're in the top 30 or 40 overall, and we're going to try to really clean up, do good, maybe pick up some of the Yamaha contingency money at this event. So let's go check out some of the racing action from Gingerman outside of South Haven, Michigan. As we watch the bikes line up for the start of this 4-hour National Endurance, WERA National Endurance, there's a 3-wave start on this new venue of the 10-race series, and they're waiting for the start. Team Suzuki has jumped out front. It's like H&H Racing right behind them. I think that's Trey Beatty on the Team Suzuki bike. We'll be looking at this new layout, this new track. 5 miles from Lake Michigan, just east of South Haven. 36 teams entered. Riding the Team Chicago bike is Steve Carson. My friend Steve Carson from Chicago, because of Dave's bad knee, we had to get an extra rider, and Steve's been with Team Chicago ever since he started racing. Looking at Army of Darkness, number 99 on that YZF 600. That black bike, black leathers, as we watch Steve Carson working his way through traffic. But up front, coming down this short front straightaway, is Team Suzuki Endurance. I believe this is the first time they've been on this track. A couple of riders might have been here earlier for the WERA race in the spring. Team Suzuki sponsored by Valvoline, Michelin, Emco, Aries, Kirker, SPS, Tabaki Chain, Dynajet, Sunstar, PM, Fox, Weisco, Manso, GMD, Compute Track. And almost with ease, and I believe this is Trey Beatty, is just running away on this track. Trey's a very fast rider, has been running these endurance races. They run very fast.
but they're very consistent, and they probably got the best crew of any of the endurance teams running this national series. This makes it down the back straight, or the last straight, 1,400 feet. Speeds are not that great. Out here, Gingerman, maybe the Suzuki might get up to 100 miles an hour. So he's in second place now. It's like H&H Motorsports. It could be Kevin Renzel riding. His partner is Brian Lance. They're sponsored by Redline Oil, Vanson, Aries, D&D, EBC, Dunlop, Race Tire Service Factory, Graves, PBI, RK Chain. You see these riders come flashing by. See where Steve Carson, here's Steve Carson and the Team Chicago. YZF 600 is 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha. Sponsored by 4 and 6 Cycle, Vanson Leathers, AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel, Sprocket Specialist, Micron Exhaust, Regina Chain. Steve Carson is turning consistent 34s, a couple 33s, working away in traffic, giving us a good start as we pursue points in our class. And see if we can pick up some Yamaha contingency money. We're running middleweight super bike, whereas Team Suzuki's running heavyweight super bike. And Steve Carson is going into the pits. Oh no, what is this, Steve? He might have moved on the start. According to WERA's rules, you cannot even move once that 1 minute board comes up. So he might have moved a little bit. They blue flagged him. They're coming for a stop and go penalty. Oh, rider down. He's off the track. He seems, maybe he's okay, maybe not. I can't see the number. I can't identify the rider. Team Suzuki comes flashing by again. I believe this is Trey Beatty. Also running with Trey Beatty is David Stanton. Second place, number 6 is H&H Racing. They're out of Georgia. Kevin Renzel is probably riding. Brian Lance is his teammate. Brian Lance used to be from Chicago, but moved down to be near the WERA headquarters, their new headquarters outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Running in third place, I believe that's number 17. And that's TKO Race Team Suzuki 2. They're in a 750 Suzuki, running heavyweight super stack. The riders could be, I think it's Greg Blackwell and Joey Gillian, or John Jacoby on that bike, and they're sponsored by Suzuki, Metzler Tires, Graffer Brakes. We had 24s running up there. And it's Roswell Racing. And they're running heavyweight super bike, and they're on 1100 Suzuki, and it could either be Dave Harmon or Tim Kemphart. As we watch Steve Carson back on the track, trying to make up for that false start and that penalty, trying to catch the pack. And you can see the new Team Chicago colors. But I'll tell you, I could not have gotten this bike done, painted, looking so good without the help of my friend Boyd Bruner at Speed Tech in Chicago. And I did most of the work on the layout here. And in fact, we're going to go to that right now, and I'm going to show you how to lay out your bike and get it ready for painting to save you some money if you do it yourself.
First, Ben Holmes sprayed the AirTech bodywork, the official Yamaha blue color, using this 1/8" masking tape. I am now masking the corners for the rear number plate using a 2-inch radius. That will give plenty of room to put the 45 number on the tail section of this Yamaha. I am using the contours of the AirTech fiberglass to properly lay out the area that will be sprayed white. You can see that there's plenty of room to put number 45 on the tail section for this Yamaha race bike. You can see that the frame has already been painted white, and I am trying to line up the gas tank and the lower fairing with the frame using masking paper. And now I'm laying out the number area for the front of the fairing. It was great to work with Boyd Bruner, Speed Tech. He polished the muffler also for this Yamaha race bike.
Come back to the racing action. Still up front, Team Suzuki Endurance out of California. Whoa, Steve Carson went down. He's back into the pits, unscheduled. And luckily, a red flag came out. So now Dave is going to restart, complete restart. We watch Dave with the Team Chicago helmet cam. 3-wave start. Whoa, one rider jumped from the second wave. Here comes Dave Hendrickson. And the Team Chicago YZF 4 and 6 prepared. AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel. Watch him coming through turn 1. Let's watch it. See what he is seeing with the helmet cam. He's found number 66. Gets by him on the inside, heading towards turn 2. I'm going to take a look at this layout and try to watch the racing action. Turn 2's a right-hander. Comes into this little straight chute with a kink in it. So maybe this is turn 3. Then you come to turn 4, which is a double left-hander with a tighter radius. This is a real tight radius, this corner right here. And it heads you out to the back section. Which is a right-hand sweeper. But by running cars out here, brand new racetrack. Seems like the street cars with their radial tires, hard tires, they're already starting to tear up these corners. Look at them shake around in these corners. This track is only a few months old, or the season's only a few months old, and already the cars, street cars, not the race cars, but street cars and street tires are starting to tear up the surface and make it bumpy. Because when I was out here back in April, it was as smooth as a pool table. Leading, of course, is Team Suzuki and the 1100 Suzuki running heavyweight superbike. This might be David Stanton riding now. O'Toole, here comes Dave Hendrickson and the Team Chicago YZF. And as the race progresses, up front, Team Suzuki. Second place is Arc-Like Racing. We got a battle going on for third between 17 is RKO and H&H, and then for the middleweight crown, we got this battle going on with 3 bikes. 54 is Performance Motorsport, and 21, they were pitted right next to us, is
is Semoff Brother Racing. After 2.5 hours races, Team Suzuki #1, second, Arclight, third, Semoff Brothers, fourth, Triple R, fifth, TKO, sixth, Top 10, seventh, VHR, eighth, Team Action, ninth, H&H, 10th is Performance Motorsports as Dave Henderson turns the bike over to me.
That's a bad thing on the top. Yep, I got it, Dan. I got it. We're cool. I just want to hold it up so I can see it. Dan. Okay. One more? Good. That's it. Oh, it's low. You got a low tank, Dan. All right. Turn 2 is greasy on the
That
back
was
end.
Phil Young giving me a hand. Running in third place on a 600 Yamaha. Semoff Brother Racing, number 21. They're running middleweight super stock, and they're out of York, Pennsylvania. Riders are Evan Semoff and Paul Youngman.
Earlier today in the pits, I had the chance to talk to Paul Youngman.
I'm with Paul Youngman from Pasadena, Maryland, and I met these guys 2 weeks ago when we were at Summit Point, Slippery Point, and you guys won the middleweight super stock class on a 600 Yamaha. You guys been running this Yamaha, so you've been picking up some of the Yamaha contingency money, right?
Yeah, that's been helping a lot with the bills and everything, because it does get expensive.
Okay, now you were 4th overall also, so you think because you have intimate knowledge of Summit Point that sort of helped out?
Yeah, I think that was a big advantage to us. We know the track. We've been riding there for 8 years each, and we just know all the corners, where to pass, and we can go fast there.
All right, now the name of the team is?
Semoff Brothers Racing.
What do you think of this track, this Gingerman?
I really like this track. It's got a lot of traction, and it's a lot of fun. It's just going to be tough to beat these other 600s out here. Those Kawasaki's are really, really fast.
Yeah, but you don't need a lot of horsepower here. I mean, they got that one chute, and I mean, one straightaway is about 1,400 feet. This other one's about 1,200 feet. So you really don't need the big horsepower. So it's really going to be handling more than anything.
Yeah, the Yamahas really handle well. I think that's the advantage we have over the rest of the bikes is the Yamaha just handles so good.
Thank you, Paul. As I continue on, Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared YZF Yamaha. I'm going to be heading back into the pits and turning it over to Steve Carson to finish out this 4-hour National Endurance with WERA.
We're going to give you a rundown after the third hour. Leading Team Suzuki, second place Arclight Racing, third place Triple R Racing, number 50, fourth place number 14 Team TKO Race Team Suzuki, fifth place is 54 Performance Motorsports, sixth place is 101 Team Bell Suzuki, seventh place is number 8 BHR Racing, eighth place is 63 Team Triad Tapeworks, ninth place is 539 Team Action, 10th place is number 85 Team Top 10 Racing, and 11th place is number 99 Army of Darkness. I come in and turn over to Steve Carson, but a local camera crew, or camera crew for Moto World and Race Day to make the switch. Get down the front straightaway. Still leading Team Suzuki, Arclight, Triple R, as Steve Carson takes off. Performance Motorsport, Team Bell. Number 99, it's Army of Darkness, another team running YZF Yamahas. And they've been in the top 10 the last 2 races. And that could be Sam Fleming, Jim Williams, or John McDonald. And they're sponsored by Badley Cycle, Walt Schaefer Cycle Supply, Performance Development, Tower Analysis Inc., and Williams Consulting. And now Phil Young's out there on Team Bear. Phil Young, that just helped us with the pit stop, is now out riding. He was all ready to go. That's why he was in his leathers.
As we spot Steve Carson on the Team Chicago Yamaha, good riding and good pit stops finally has moved Team Chicago up to 28th place overall.
But at the end, picking up the win was Team Suzuki Endurance. Second place was Arclight Racing. Third place was Triple R Racing. Fourth place was the TKO Race Team Suzuki. Fifth place was Performance Motorsports. Sixth place was Team Top 10 Racing. 7th place was BHR Racing. 8th place was Team Bell Suzuki. 9th place was Team Triad 2 Tapeworks. And 10th place was Army of Darkness, as we watch Arclight Racing pulling a wheelie across the checkered flag. And here comes the winners, Team Suzuki, going on to pick up the win in this 4-hour National Endurance.
Now let's check out the action in the National Challenge races held on Sunday.
We're looking at the lineup for the 1100 Super Stock National Challenge race. It's one of the races that qualify you for the Suzuki Championship Final at Road Atlanta. We got the camera underneath the canopy. It is raining. I mean, it is raining hard. Jumping up front, it's like Kevin Renzel, Reverend Kevin. Steve Carson is out there on that 4 and 6 prepared 750 Suzuki. In fact, he's pretty far up. Starting from the last row, and it is raining. Second place is 267. It's Jamie Hacking from Spartanburg, South Carolina, and Steve Carson is really moving out there. Still leading is Reverend Kevin, number 19, sliding out of turn 3. Number 19 is Joshua Hayes, also on a factory Suzuki Endurance, and Steve Carson's right on him on that 4 and 6 prepared 750 Suzuki. First time Steve has ever ran in the rain. He's using Dunlop DOT rain tires. Still up front, Kevin Renzel. Jamie Hacking from Spartanburg on 1100 Valvoline Suzuki Mitzler. Third place looks like Grant Lopez. Here comes Steve Carson running in 6th place. Well, I'll tell you, Steve Carson, what amazing, but he does like racing in the rains. But 511 is Tim Biesendorfer from Newcastle, PA, on that R&D Racing Twig Cycle. As Steve Carson is moving his way through traffic, still 6th, still trying to get around Joshua Hayes. And Reverend Kevin Renzel is still leading. He comes down this front straightaway, now moving into 2nd place. Wow, look at that pack for 2nd. You got Timothy Biesendorfer, Jamie Hacking, Grant Lopez all going for 2nd place. We swing over. Steve Carson is charging through the pack. He's getting used to these Dunlop rain tires. In fact, Steve had just moved himself into 5th place. He just got around Joshua Hayes on that Valvoline Suzuki factory bike. But now leading looks like Timothy Bierendorf. Steve Carson's running in 5th place. He's charging through the pack, don't have any lap times, but in the rain, driving rain, I'll tell you, I am totally impressed. Steve Carson is really flying out there. But leading, going on to pick up the win, is Timothy Biesendorfer. 2nd place, Jamie Hacking. 3rd place, Grant Lopez. And Steve Carson has moved himself into 4th place because Kevin Renzel has been disqualified. Next race we're going to look at is the 125 GP. Jumping out front, it's like number 24. Is John Ulrich, the editor of Road Racing World and Motorcycle Technologies out of Lake Elsinore, and he's on a 125 Honda. The battle up front, going by John, is number 1. That's Chris Rogers on a 125 Yamaha, and he's from San Diego. John Ulrich on the 125 Honda's running in 2nd. Gonna a whole group of riders running these 125 GP bikes. These are specially built bikes. They're just one step away from the 125 bikes that they're racing in Europe. And Chris Rogers is really putting the lead on. Got a big battle going on for second. 920, it's Roland Quintero. He's on a 125 Honda. He's out of Los Angeles. So John has moved himself back to second. Todd Norby, he's out of Des Plaines, Illinois. He's on the Steyrs. Dan Norby, 125 Honda. 81 is Paul Hoyt Nelson on a Honda. Music for the show by Engine, Mike Breitz, Intrigue, and Travesty. And all this music was recorded at Fireside Studio, Westchester, Illinois, as Chris Rogers goes on to pick up the win.
John Elridge from Road Racing World Magazine finished second. For more information on WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association, America's road racing leader, it's WERA.com. For more info on Gingerman, it is GingermanRaceway.com. To get hold of me, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. And for more great clips, motorcycle racing, go to Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing on YouTube.